O'Sullivan, the fullback, doing well. Down towards Ben O'Connor, scored a marvellous point against Clare. This is out to Johnny Dooley, and Johnny having a right go at this one, and it's a huge one inside his own 65-metre line. Johnny Dooley. Mickey O'Connell's dropping this one in well towards Ben O'Connor, spills away off him. Fergal McCormack turning nicely, and he's put it over the bar. Cork's first point comes after 7 minutes. That's Wayne Sherlock fumbling somewhat, but not Brian Corcoran. Beyond Shawnee McGrath. Again, it's Joe Dean here, such a good player. Major influence as ever for Cork, beating Simon Wheelahan and putting it over the bar. A second point for Joe Dean. Offaly trying to win their own puck outs here with Michael Dignan going right through the heart of the Cork defence. That's a great response to Dean's point just moments ago. Michael Dignan's first of the day. So they go point for point here. Still a very misty afternoon here at Croke Park, as that is won by Wayne Sherlock. Towards Shawnee McGrath, looking for a big performance this afternoon. Racing past Martin Hannamy. Lobbing it in and lobbing it over the bar. Well, that'll do his own confidence a great deal of good, acknowledging the fine ball, but he showed wonderful pace, and he ties it up at 4 points apiece. A very good contest. Johnny Dooley, what a response, that's a brilliant score. Johnny Dooley got the first score of the match. Now he's got a second, and Offaly lead by 6 points to 5. Here comes Wayne Sherlock. Nice ball across towards Mark Landers. Decent ball inside this time to Dean, dropped right in front of him against Kevin Keenahan, taking the fullback out of position, and a delightfully hit shot by Joe Dean. And really it's the quality of the pass up to Dean and Dean's trickery after that made the score possible. But so many quality strikes in a match that's produced 13 points so far. Strong hitting in midfield there. Joe Rarity, not Joe Rarity, rather it's Brian Wheelahan, as Hubert Rigney left it there. Nicely across towards Joe Dooley, looking for another point, and he's got another. 2 shots at the goal and 2 points for Joe Dooley. One of the great hurlers of the past 20 years. Back once again towards Brian Wheelahan. Dropped in towards Troy once more. What a catch this time, and he did just enough in it, in losing his boot as well, to keep it away from John Troy. Here's Joe Dooley. Troy has got it. And Troy has the space and the quality and the accuracy. John Troy has put it over. Alan Brown can't take it. Instead, it is Brian Wheelahan. This is Ben O'Connor trying to make some headway and not allowed an advantage. The referee has blown the whistle, and it's going to be a free to Cork, and Joe Dean's already on his way out as Simon Wheelahan feels his head. It's going to be Joe Dean to take this. So in injury time, Dean strikes and Dean scores. What is his 6th point of the match? Well, he's had a 100% success rate from frees, and now just 2 points separating these teams close to the break. Towards Joe Dooley. Back it comes once again to Mickey O'Connell, and the referee sees a foul by Johnny Dooley. And Johnny once again protesting vehemently that it was a perfectly fair shoulder in his view. So 3 minutes of injury time has been played. Joe Dean. And that's another one by Dean. 7 points. 5 frees taken, 5 frees converted. And the Cork fans very, very happy with this late rush of scores by their team. Cork attacking. This is Ben O'Connor playing it back towards Mickey O'Connell. Cork trying to gain mastery at midfield, and that's O'Connell with his first point of the match. Once again, it's Cork defending on their own half-back line. John Brown coming out to help. Brian Corcoran. Great work, leaving 2 Offaly players on the ground in his wake. Towards Shawnee McGrath. He certainly has the pace and the beating of Martin Hannamy if he gets decent ball, and he's put Cork in front. And I noticed that Offaly have changed the marking alignment, and Simon Whelan has gone across on McGrath. Now the pressure back on the Offaly half-backs. McGrath this time against Wheelahan. That's Keenan, nicely taken up onto his stick here by Ben O'Connor, and O'Connor playing beautifully now has put it over the bar. His first point, and he makes it 12-10. Some transformation. Remember, it was 9-6 in Offaly's favour approaching half-time. Pilkington, the hand pass to Kevin Martin. Kevin Martin with a long effort here, but the umpire has signalled that it's just gone to the right. Donald Cusack's puck out is a huge one, wind assisted, down to Alan Brown, and Brown shoots and puts it over the bar. Very good work by Alan Brown, playing today in his 8th championship match. Offaly then tried to freshen up matters in their forward line, but once again denied possession. And that was Wayne Sherlock's strength, carrying that ball forward. Here's Wheelahan, that's Simon Wheelahan. The hand pass to Paddy Mulhare. Stopped by Brian Corcoran, wonderful positional set, but he's robbed there by Troy. That's great play. Only John Troy could possibly do that. A second point for John Troy. Beyond Fergal McCormack, and this is won back beautifully here by Simon Wheelahan. Dean chases. This is Pilkington, now on the 40. Missed the stroke the first time, and I think that was by the presence of Mark Landers. That's a big one, that's a huge one, that's a wonderful score. Johnny Pilkington's first, and now the gap down to just one. Driven inside, Hannamy coming across, lets it slip down this time. Joe Dean fumbles, falls, and in the end it's back with Brian Wheelahan once again. Gaps appearing now, players tiring noticeably. Johnny Dooley lobbing it down towards Joe. That's Fergal Ryan there trying to keep it away from the attentions of substitute Gary Hannafy. Inside towards another sub, Billy Dooley, and that's over the bar, and the sides are level. The team's level for the 4th time now in an absolutely wonderful game. Billy Dooley's first, making it 13 points each. Comes back to Kevin Martin at left half back. Martin Hannamy back out towards Hubert Rigney. All great stars in the past and starring here again this afternoon alongside Simon Wheelahan. Brian Corcoran, this time beaten for it by John Troy. Impishly taking it inside towards Pilkington, expecting the shoulder to come from Diarmuid O'Sullivan, and here's a chance, and it's gone over the bar. Once again, Johnny Pilkington on hand to turn the chance into a score. And once again, Offaly show that they're so difficult to beat. The champions lead by 15 points to 14. Taken by Simon Wheelahan. What a contribution by the Wheelahans in this match. Johnny Dooley against John Troy, against Diarmuid O'Sullivan. Troy wins it once again. Stepping away from trouble here is Michael Duignan, the referee, not allowing an advantage. The ball ended up in the arms of Donald Cusack, but it's going to be a free to Offaly. Ted Owens and Jimmy Barry Murphy hatching plans, but it's anybody's game. So Johnny Dooley striking this one, putting it high, accurately so, and over the bar. Offaly lead by 2 points. 5 points for Johnny Dooley, and it's 16 points to 14. That's Wayne Sherlock doing his own performing of wonders. Up to Kevin Murray, and that's a fine strike. Kevin Murray puts it over the bar. Both Cork forward subs have now scored since coming in, and the gap is down to a solitary point. Fergal McCormack. Lobbed in towards Ben O'Connor. Murray's there as well. Keenan makes a wonderful catch. Some great defending by players on both teams this afternoon. Full credit to both sides. So well prepared, and that ball is picked off the ground there by John Troy. He's protesting that there was a little hop on it. His protest once again in vain. Joe Dean taking plenty of time with this one. About 50 metres out, struck well and put over the bar, and the sides are level yet again. 9 points now for Joe Dean, and the team's level now 6 times in the game. But once again, the Guinness All-Ireland Championship has served up a thriller. Johnny Dooley trying to link up with a colleague. Instead, it's belted away. Up once more towards Ben O'Connor. O'Connor taking on Hanami. And it's like the score he got in the Munster final, because he's rejoicing again, jumping for joy like the fans. Cork by just a point. And it's once again the marvellous Brian Corcoran denying them possession, denying them space, firing this one himself high in front of the goalkeeper. Down it comes towards McGrath, and it's gone wide. Just for a moment there was a possible goal chance for Cork. On this misty afternoon here, it came down and McGrath was on hand, but he puts it outside. At the other end, it's John Brown. Linking up here with Sean O'Halpine. Cork, who haven't been in the All-Ireland final since 1992, with just a very slender lead. Fergal McCormack tried to widen that advantage, and Fergal McCormack has put it over the bar. 2 points for Fergal McCormack. Celebration time for the fans, and Offaly will now probably feel that they need to get a goal. Here's Johnny Pilkington taking on Wayne Sherlock. Still Pilkington lacking assistance just now, running right in there, being helped, and it's outside and it's wide. Oof, real pressure on Donald O'Cusack's goal. This was that run, as we're in now to the 70th minute, and that's how close they managed to go. Down towards the Cork inside forward line, inside towards Joe Dean. He has support in the shape of Ben O'Connor. O'Connor's to his left, Dean trying for the shot himself, but where he would be hooked by Kevin Martin. Turns around beautifully and he puts it over the bar. 10 points for Joe Dean. Is that now enough? Deep in injury time. 19 points to 16. Oh, Johnny Pilkington lets it drop down. Joe Dooley's after it, the man who played in the All-Ireland final against Cork all of 15 years ago. Dropped inside there. Offaly players get it. Mulher had the shot, it's blocked. Comes back down again to Sean O'Halpine. Coming out next, John Brown. It's Wayne Sherlock, in fact, and Sherlock gets the ball out. The whistle goes. It's all over, and Cork are through to the All-Ireland final. After a most dramatic and exciting, tense and wonderful game of hurling in the Guinness Hurling Championship, Cork go through. Offaly have been mighty champions. The match ended. Cork, the winners by 3 points, 19 points to Offaly's 16.